Brendan, 3-0 win for your team. What did you make of the performance today?
Performance very good. Everything that we'd want. Big efforts, good concentration, very good goals, creative. So yeah, very pleased.
Was it the kind of reaction that you wanted to see after the defeat at Ibrox a few days ago?
Yeah, I think everyone that's watched us over the last, in particular, 12 months wouldn't have recognised us at Ibrox. And like I said, there was some probably immeasurable reasons as to why, maybe because you're 14 points ahead and whatever, but we weren't up for the demands of the game, which is what normally this team is. So we got punished for that. So then it's then about the response. And the response today was really, really good against a team that we've seen all season. It's well coached, well managed, and make it really, really difficult for teams. So for us to play and then have that level of comfort in the game, but not feeling the comfort, wanting to keep pouring forward, to get that was really pleasing.
And so you feel that the team now can just almost put that game behind them, say it was a blip, it was an anomaly, that's just not who we are, and we can just go on here for the rest of the year. Is that what you're saying to the players out there?
Well, I think it's the course of I trust the team. If you look over the last 12 months or so, then you can tell by the results and the performances. So it's not about a feeling, it's about the facts, and the facts are that this team has been absolutely superb for a long period of time, and that little bump that we had, of course you're disappointed, but I wasn't going to dwell so much on that. We analyse it and you see it as a learning opportunity for us, and because of the mentality and the culture that we have, it's on to the next game, and that's what the players have done. So against a tricky game it could have been today, but the scoreline was excellent, and the performance was really good.
The great reaction after the Dortmund game, the team really reacted well. How important is it to have that kind of resilience as part of the make-up as well?
You need that, Graham. I think it's any good team has that, and you're never going to be perfect, So that possibility to, when you do have those little bumps, I say it, we're trying to get to the top of a mountain, so it's a climb, it's a step by step, each and every game. So on the journey, you're never going to go straight up. You're not going to get to the top with the old suit and dicky ball on. You got to dig in, and you got to find your way there, and that will be sometimes it'll be a challenge, but then it's how you respond. And what I'm very proud of this team and my time here is that the ability of which they do respond. So, and that's just because of their make-up as people and how they work every day. So today was a really, really good response, and now we can look forward to Wednesday.
Is that the most pleasing thing? Because sometimes, teams can go through 2 or 3 games in a row and it's not quite happening and drop a few points here and there, but from the first minute today it looked like they were determined to get out of the system straight away.
Yeah, well, that's what we want. We wanted to start well. And the challenge here at Celtic now is that, and that's why I have a big respect for this group of players, especially on a day like today, because when it was 0-0 for the first 20 minutes, we make a backward pass and the crowd get onto the team. And that cannot happen. One, if you know about football, and two, if you can understand that when teams come here, they're going to make it really difficult. You can't turn up every single week and be 3-4-0 up in 20 minutes. Teams that are well organised, teams that are well set up, you have to work the game. So sometimes you have to play a backward pass to change the point of attack. We make a backward pass and then we go on to the players. And that's why I was proud of the players. This is a point, I don't need the cheers when it's 3-0 and the support when it's 3 and 4-0 and 5-0. This team needs it. It's just the amount of games that they're playing and how we play. You only need to look at the facts and how this team plays to know they're an attacking team, a creative team that creates goals and scores goals. So when we decide to go back to change the point of attack, clap the players. Don't panic. Don't start getting onto them. Because we're trying to get another attack. And the best example we have of that this season was against Club Brugge. We're here in the Champions League. Desimier's going forward. He turns, he plays a backward pass to change the point of attack. The pressure on that guy when he did that, thankfully he coped with it. The noise, the negativity around that. But when we then change the picture, he then gets it back again, and now he's free. He cuts inside, he gets a shot. And then everyone's happy. But that's not what football is. So for us, if we play a backward pass, sideward pass is to change the point of attack. Right? And the players deserve more. The players deserve the trust. And that was my annoyance today. Because 2-0, 3-0 is great. But we need the support when it's 0-0. Especially amidst a run of games where there's so many games, where you might be a fraction just fatigued, but we don't mention that. We want to attack. Look at our numbers. Look at our stats. So, sorry for that, Michael.
It's patience, isn't it? There's not. You're asking for back patience because people don't have any patience, do they?
No, not at all. And listen, I know this. It's not all the supporters. It's not all the supporters. But what I'm saying is, it's feel the game. Feel the game. We you have to be able to see what it is we're doing. Because our job is to support the players, and if we can understand that and understand that patience, because teams, like we say, they'll sit down and they'll be organised and be tight and they'll be compact. Our idea, like you said, is to start the game and be fast and aggressive, but it might take you 15, 20 minutes, 29 minutes, to break the team down. It might take you 85 minutes, but trust the team and how they're playing.
Is it perhaps just been victims of Celtic's own success, Brendan?
Could be. It could be. But what I'm saying is, you're not going to be 3, 4, 5-0 up before half time every single game. And that's not that the players aren't trying or working. It's because maybe the other team defend well, or we're just not quite there on a pass. But make no mistake, our mentality is to be offensive and creative. And our numbers will tell you that.
I think you said the other day, Brendan, the history will show the standard the players have set over the last calendar year is at 1 or 2 domestic defeats. But as you say, still the fans are quick to. You think it should be appreciate more what's happening at the moment, the level, the standards, what's been gained, what's been achieved.
Yes, trust.
Yeah.
Just trust. Trust the team. Trust the manager. If you don't, just trust. Just trust the team. Trust how they play. We've seen it consistently now. It's not like a year or so ago or just over a year ago, where it was a little bit slow and a little bit, and players are getting used to it. The consistency of the team has been incredible. The level of the team has been such a high level. But support it. And then you'll get even more out of the team.
Could things start to happen in terms of ins and outs next week, Brendan? Is that possible?
Sorry?
Could things start to happen in terms of ins and outs next week? Possible?
Could do.
Speaking of fans, there was a few singing the name of a Kieran Tierney at the end there.
Aye, total lack of respect.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Get Greg Taylor. He's been absolutely amazing at this club. How does he feel? He's playing, nearly breaks his nose, bleeding for the club, for the cause. I'm more worried about the players that are here. It's not very respectful. You sing for another player, no matter what Kieran's history is. I don't like that.
But in terms of there's been a bit of news about him in the background, Kieran, is there anything you can add to that
No.
at this point in time? Or?
Nothing. There's lots of speculation, there's lots of names, but I won't add anything to it.
Are the club even closer to, are they closer to keeping Greg Taylor? Given obviously your appreciation of him.
Hopefully, I think it's been an ongoing issue, so I'm not exactly sure where it's at the moment. But what I know is I've got a young player who's given so much to this club over a number of years consistently, his robustness, his ability, what he's done for the club. So that needs to, that needs to be respected. Now, as I said, he might decide to go elsewhere. But at this moment in time, he's here. He's very much a Celtic player, and we want to support that. And hopefully we can get to some agreement to allow him to stay.
That's possibly been an issue in terms of Greg Taylor for a longer period. You know, he's maybe not been as properly appreciated as he could have been or might have been for the games he's played and what he's achieved.
Yeah, no, I can only vouch from when I've come in here. You know, I've had a look at his numbers before arriving in, and his performance level and consistency and availability, and then from my time here, you know, he's been absolutely great. You know, I hear the stuff around maybe Champions League, but to be fair, I had hundreds of Celtic players that haven't been good enough in Champions League. You know, I had Greg Taylor or whatever people want to do, but there's lots of players. But what I know is this is a man who gives everything for this club, and hopefully we can keep him here, because we're trying to build a strong squad. And you know, I put myself in his shoes, playing in left back in the game, and we're singing the name of someone else. You know, that's like me stood on the side and the supporters singing for another manager. It is. Especially when you're doing so much for the club and have given so much for the club. It's it's a little frustrating.
Do you think he's conscious of it, Brendan? Does he have an awareness of it, you think?
I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him, but I don't think he can miss it. I don't think he can miss it being on the pitch. But what I know is he every single day of his life at Celtic, he's there for the team, stands up and being counted. Even when he makes mistakes, he goes again. And like I said, his availability, his consistency over a long period of time here, you know, has been he's been absolutely brilliant. You know, and I've observed him before I came in. I get a greater appreciation even of now working with him closely. And I'm, you know, really hopeful that, you know, we could keep him here.
We could clearly see the effects on Nicholas Kuhn's face of that challenge the other day. He was superb again for you, did he? 2 more goals and just all round display.
He's got to get on with it. He's tough enough, and you get a bang in the nose. So it's going to happen in a game, especially a big game. Get on with it, and he did that today. Very good, great speed for the first goal, and persistence for his second. So no, he's a player that's improving. He's still got more improvement for me that needs to come. But from where he was at when he first came in to now, he's been a really consistent performer. So I'm really pleased with that.
You mentioned the bigger picture. The bigger picture as at the moment is you're 13 points clear at the top of the league. You'd have taken that going into Christmas season, didn't you?
Oh, 100%. Aye. As I said, we've got various. You know, if you think of the climb, I said to be champion at the end. There's various stage posts along the climb. You know, you think of pre-season, the block of work we put in was great. That gave us a great base. We then push on. We start well and do well in Europe to this point, which is great. Our next one is the League Cup. The next, you know, signage for us. So we win that, and then we arrive in the halfway point, having had 16 games, 16 wins, 2 defeats, 1 loss. So brilliant, great place. Now it's the next part of the climb, and like you say, 20 games, 13 points clear, amidst an incredible run of games where so much is needed and required. We're in a really good place, and then there's going to be other signposts along the way as well for us. So team is doing great, consistently well. So proud of, again, how they responded today. No one wants to lose, you know, one of these games that we did the other day, no more so than me. But we're both committed, players and I and staff, to keep showing this consistency, and it's all there for everyone to see how consistent and how well they've been.